woke up this morning ready to make you a video about JonBenet Ramsey, but it was negative 14 degrees and snowing, so I skipped my trip to Boulder. Instead, let's travel back to 1987. I was a junior in high school when the movie The Lost Boys was released, and although this photo was taken on Halloween in my friend Jimmy's basement, it wasn't far from my normal dress, emulating Kiefer Sutherland's character David in the iconic film. Directed by Joel Schumacher, The Lost Boys is an American teen horror comedy about two brothers, Sam and Michael Emerson, who move with their mother, Lucy, to a fictional California town, only to discover that it is a haven for vampires. But before we begin... Hey folks, this is Glenn. I turned my Ram Pro Master into this cool house on wheels, which I use to travel around the country, visiting interesting locations that connect my lifelong career in entertainment with my love of cool movies, true crime, great food, and offbeat adventures. Join me, and sometimes my dog Bijou, as we take you left of the spotlight. I grabbed a couple of scoops of ice cream at the Cold Stone Creamery in Turlock, California, where I was visiting with my friend Dwayne for a couple of days after leaving the giant sequoia forest. I hadn't anticipated going to San Francisco, but Dwayne joined me on a day trip, and he played tour guide. We ate some chowder and sourdough bread, and he showed me the Golden Gate Bridge. Alcatraz, and a really amazing museum of oldie-timey arcade games. The Lost Boys was primarily filmed in Santa Cruz, California, where I recently visited on my trip west. Santa Cruz is located on the northern edge of Monterey Bay, about 74 miles south of San Francisco. The city is situated along the coast and offers a stunning view of the Pacific Ocean, and its iconic boardwalk is featured prominently throughout the opening scenes of The Lost Boys. However, the film is set in the fictional town of Santa Carla because Santa Cruz did not want its name synonymous with murder capital of the world, which was graffitied on the backside of the billboard at the beginning of the movie. This billboard, located at 547 West Cliff Drive in Santa Cruz, was temporarily fabricated for the film and has since been replaced by a statue of a surfer. As a scenic artist, if I were working on this film, painting this billboard likely would have been one of my responsibilities. And as I explored the filming locations on the boardwalk, I stopped to say hi to a nice guy who was doing exactly what I've done for 30 years. After passing the billboard, Michael, Sam, and Lucy head up the dirt drive to Grandpa's house, located at the Pogonip Clubhouse, once a classy golf resort at 333 Golf Club Drive in Santa Cruz. It's a pretty long walk from the road where you have to park, but the scenery, which matches the opening credits of the movie, is worth the walk. The cast of The Lost Boys includes Jason Patric, whose character's name, Michael, is said a grand total of 114 times throughout the film's 98-minute runtime. Michael can be seen discovering his powers of flight, tethering himself to the telephone cord as he floats out the window on the right side of the building. The interior shots of the Grandpa's house were filmed in a soundstage, but as I head around the bend, I walk in the same spot where Michael rode his motorcycle up the drive following Lucy's truck. And they discover Grandpa's body on the front porch right here. Grandpa was alive to save the day in the movie, but actor Bernard Hughes has since passed away in 2006. The vampires are 86'd from the carousel by the security guard, who then gets killed right here in this parking lot. Max, played by Edward Herrmann, who passed away on New Year's Eve of 2014, and Lucy, played by one of my favorite actors of all time, Dianne Wiest, meet at Max's video store, which is now a souvenir store called the Santa Cruz Bay Company. I bought a sweatshirt here at the same counter where Sam and Lucy stood about 36 years ago, and minus the VHS tapes and the video wall, the store basically looks the same. Max and Lucy go on a date at what is currently Olita's restaurant just a few doors down on the pier. While there, Sam, horrified by his brother Michael floating past his second-floor window, calls his mom on a landline, causing Lucy to ditch Max and head home to take care of her boys. Michael's brother Sam is played by the late Corey Haim, who passed away in March of 2010. Once again, Kiefer Sutherland as Vampire David. Jamie Gertz plays Star, Michael's love interest, who he sees in a crowd while watching the infamous sax player, who is played by Tim Capello. The bandstand was destroyed in an earthquake shortly after the movie was released. Jamie Gertz is in one of the most rewatchable guilty pleasure movies I have, called Twister, starring Helen Hunt and the always loved Bill Paxton, who passed away in 2017. Corey Feldman's name appears on the credits over the Walton Lighthouse, also known as the Santa Cruz Breakwater Lighthouse. The vampires in the film have a distinctive look characterized by heavy metal hair bands and punk rock aesthetics. They have a rebellious and edgy appearance, including the infamous mullet, and yep, I had one of those too. The soundtrack of The Lost Boys is one of my go-tos every Halloween and is widely praised, including iconic songs like Cry Little Sister, People Are Strange, and tracks by the band INXS. Here I am with friends Diana and Jimmy on our way to see the INXS Kick Tour back in 1987. Overall, the filming of The Lost Boys created a visually appealing and audibly memorable movie which is still referenced decades later in pop culture. In fact, Billy Hargrove, character from Stranger Things played by Dacre Montgomery, pays homage to Michael Emerson throughout the hit Netflix series. His character was modeled after Jason Patric's look in the film to the extent of adopting the lone earring Michael wore. I find it interesting how both characters have a very similar look to Michael Hutchence, lead singer from INXS who passed away in 1997. Over the years, The Lost Boys has gained a major following and is considered a classic of the vampire genre. Its impact on popular culture, especially in the 80s and 90s, is significant. This video is in memory of Joel Schumacher, who directed some of my favorite films.